Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to Forza Horizon 6. I am remaking my video for the flip tune because people have complained that the first video was too short and didn't specify some of the parts clearly enough for people to really duplicate it manually. So I'm going to remake this video to show you every little thing, including the tune, every single part that's used, so that you can make the exact build that I have. Now the tune is where you can still play with it. You might be able to get it to flip even better by tweaking certain things I'm going to talk about. But let's go ahead and get started with the tune. Okay, so we're going to dance a little bit to show you that it works. Alright, first thing first, settings. One thing I forgot to mention in the first video is that you need to be in manual with clutch. This does not work with manual or regular auto. For whatever reason, all you're going to do is do this. Okay, so notice manual with clutch is a requirement, so you need to have it in that. Standard steering wheel. For my particular settings, no launch control, no traction control, no stability control. You obviously don't want any of that because it would interfere with the ability of this car to do stuff. To trigger it, it's pretty straightforward. Have the car in first, hold the handbrake, hit the gas. Okay? Depending on the level of control of the actual vehicle and the traction of the surface, you should be able to do this. You're going to use left and right to spin. Okay, and then back or forward to get the flips. So that's how you do that. All right, let's go look at the parts. So for the custom upgrades, you need to have your engine, preferably the diesel. It has a much higher torque rating. However, a fully built 7.2 liter V8 can also be used. The tune is different though. So let's stick with the diesel. You're going to pick the 6.7 liter V8 diesel turbo. You're going to keep the all-wheel drive, and we're going to build the turbo motor as follows. Race intake, race injectors, race exhaust, race valves, engine block upgrade, turbo upgrade. Now, I think it might be actually okay without the turbo upgrade. I'm not sure that torque spike's necessarily making things easier. But let's stick to what I have installed. Race intercooler. I didn't put the oil cooler in, and I didn't bother with the flywheel. When you do put the flywheel in, sometimes it'll make it too easy to spin. It's actually harder to get the flip to go. So don't worry about the flywheel. With the brakes, race brakes, adjustable sway bars. The key here is we want the sway bars and stuff adjustable. No cage. Rigidity, while it normally helps with lifting the front and all that stuff, it seems to actually hurt for this tune. When I put the rigidity in, it actually made the car harder to flip. So lightest weight possible as well. Transmission, race clutch, some kind of tunable race transmission. You can put the carbon drive shaft in, and definitely adjustable differential. The drift diff is good for that. Tires, I went with drag compound. This is important. You got to have this. As far as the width of the tire and stuff, I didn't really mess with it. I tried messing with it with the wider width. It doesn't really help. So don't mess with that. Just leave it stock, at least for this tune. Now, mind you, you can do the other upgrades. You just have to tune differently. This, I just left it off. Don't need to do any aero or appearance upgrades. So that gets us to the tuning. The way I originally had it tuned was to have 15 here, 55 here. The gearing, the important part of the gearing is you want close to 6.0 first gear. The rest of it doesn't have to be, but 5.94 or 6.0, what it does is it gets you that flip started. This is a glitch kind of tune that makes the front wheel want to spin, but instead of spinning, the car just flips. This, I just left it alone. Anti-roll bars all the way rigid. Spring, the rear is rigid, the front is soft. Dampening, rear again rigid, front is soft. This is kind of a wheelie tune setup. Brakes, kind of in the middle, but I put it to 200% so you have more brake. When you hold the handbrake down, the pressure should be higher. Acceleration, front and back 100%, 11% center diff. This is important. Having the balance to the front is what makes the flips actually happen. So the only thing I changed from what you saw on the screen initially is that I put the rear to 55, but it shouldn't change the effect of the car doing what it needs to do. Also the final drive again. Okay. Now it does that little skip thing with the gear. I am trying to figure out how to get rid of that, but I might need to look at my old Forza Horizon 5 setup, which didn't have that issue. But anyway, this does work, and there is a share code online that I've already shared with my last video, which shows this working. Now, a lot of people have downloaded it. I know some people couldn't get it to work. I think the main reason with that is you're using automatic or normal transmission instead of manual with clutch. Okay, you definitely need manual with clutch to make this work. Now, people have also been using like the reverse front, where the car does a front flip. This one is not set up for that, so I can't have this thing flipping and climbing over houses like you see in some other videos, at least not forward. Okay, you can set up to do it with other ways. What this one does is it flips backwards, not forwards. All right, so that is really the entire setup for this. Oop. All right, I'm gonna try to see what happens if I back up to a house and do the front flip. I know people are using it to climb houses, which is funny, but I don't know if I can climb. Yeah, that house is too tall. You might be able to climb a house with this. I don't know if it'll work, but it'll be interesting to see if it can be used in that way. But that's it. This is the Flip Tune version 2 of the video, which has, again, the better breakdown for you. And finally, let's go ahead and take a look at the tunes share code. There are plenty of these out there. Okay, tap gas and hold brake. Yeah, actually, you hold brake and tap gas works just as well. That's the way mine's set up. And it's the same thing. Backflip tune. Here's the share code 150124975. So this is hopefully a much more clearly set up video for you. I hope that this information can be used for you to set up the basics and then tweak this to your liking. Again, play with the different settings to get the car to flip easier. Adjusting this, adjusting that, adjusting gear ratio, all these little things can make the car do more. And you might be able to figure out a quicker way to get it to flip or a more fun way for it to do the flips. If you like the video, leave a like. If you like my channel and you like this kind of instructional videos for Forza, silly stuff, drag racing, this kind of stuff, subscribe, hit the bell, and you get notified when I put up new videos. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.